Howdy and welcome to the Mighty Mighty Chuck channel. I's a Chuck. So Stormy Daniels was arrested and very quickly charges were dropped against her. But they got it set up where they could make a big deal and then put the sound bites out there like she was being politically harassed in Columbus, Ohio, even though, unless I'm mistaken, and I could be, um, Columbus, Ohio is pretty much a Democrat stronghold. The police say that it was a mistake that she was arrested. The law doesn't apply to temporary performers. It only applies to regular performers at the strip clubs in Columbus, Ohio. It applies to the strippers who are either semi-nude or totally nude, but it only applies to the regular dancers. So that's the reason that the charges were dropped. Was it a mistake? Was it an accident? Was the police just planning a sting operation against that club? And just Stormy Daniels just happened to be there? Or were the Democrats setting it up so they could get the sound bites out there to try to make like that somehow Stormy Daniels was being harassed by Trump forces? Now, if you happen to be an aficionado of porn stars and strippers and porn stars that visit strip clubs, you pretty much know that their itinerary is set and it's pretty well publicized if you know where to actually look for the information. And I'm sure the police too. You pretty much know which performer is going to be performing at which club and how they're touring through the country, through the states. So did the police not realize Stormy Daniels was going to be there? Really? They didn't know? They weren't targeting her, so that an undercover officer, a female at that, would want to put her head between Stormy Daniels' breast. I wish I had been there to see that. I'm so disappointed. But I don't know. They want to keep Stormy Daniels in the news. They want to keep that going, and if they can try to build up, that there's some kind of harassment going on, that would be an added plus for the Democrats. Only thing is the Democrats are the ones setting it up. And people aren't totally retarded. They can kind of figure it out, I think. And also, you can kind of guess from the way the different media had different angles of the perp walk. In other words, it didn't look like the police gave out video of the perp walk, but the different media had their own cameras in place to catch that perp walk. I'm not saying the elite media, the national media had cameras on scene. It was local media, but the local media obviously had been notified to be able to catch that perp walk. So there again, that kind of looks like it was a setup. But here's the thing: Columbus, Ohio police are wasting resources to harass strip clubs that, for the most part, are mainstream and operating kind of mostly legally. They're harassing these clubs, and then they try to use the excuse, oh, we're trying to stop human trafficking. Well, they know that there's no human trafficking going on at these clubs. That's just not happening, and they know it's not happening. So that doesn't really fit either. But here's the thing. Okay, say Stormy Daniels wasn't there, and you've got these raids going on right in these strip clubs. These strip clubs are being harassed. So it's not really about just Stormy Daniels being harassed. It's about strippers being harassed. And if there's a lot of that going on, that's a bigger news story. If police around the country have started harassing strip clubs, that's actually a bigger news story than Stormy Daniels being, quote, harassed. If this is going on at different strip clubs around the country or just around Ohio, that in itself is a story, because these clubs should not be being harassed. They should not be. No. Stripping is good. Much thanks for watching and listening. I do appreciate it. Thank you.